Welcome back. This is episode 2 of my world. Uh, and in this episode, I'm gonna give you a little rundown of my digs here, a little MTV tour. Except the M stands for Mickey, because that's my name. So it's a MickTV tour. It's Adaptly. Actually, my channel used to originally be called Adaptly TV, so it's an Adaptly TV. Okay, I'm gonna stop trying there. So, this is the very first thing that was built here, pretty much. This is my first house, the main base. This is where I've been all 866 days thus far. It's small. It's not much. It's surprisingly spacious inside, and it definitely gets the job done. And I really like it. It's super cozy, and let me just show you the inside. It's got a little front porch. You come up here, right? The dragon head. Sorry, I'm a tad sick. But yeah, it's nice. You come in. Some of this stuff wasn't always here, obviously, like Diamond Block is kind of recent because I've recently I'm kind of powerful. This is new flooring because I recently found a mesa biome, so I'm super excited about the orange terracotta. Got a bunch of orange terracotta. My clock. Storage. You got your food, mob drops, plants. I don't need to. Blocks. This is my house cat. Okay. This is my... You know all this. We go upstairs. This is my bedroom. You got some music discs. Pretty nice. Peony Butt. That's from a very, very good friend of mine. I got a framed netherite upgrade. Framed... That's actually the second elytra. Yeah, that's just an elytra. I hung it up because I thought it looked cool. My bed, my carpet. This is I was actually really happy about this because I managed to make a balcony and add it to a house without making it look like complete trash. And I really like it. You get a really good survey of the land, or at least, this area. Got some buzzy bees, crops. That's my sugarcane farm over there. Windmill. I originally built it to be storage, but it doesn't really. I'll show you later. Coming up. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh my God, these bees. They always get stuck here. This is nothing, it's just a little coming to the top of the house. Going back down, I got a basement. This was recently renovated, it was originally a lot smaller. I'm not done with it. Some more storage. Completely organized, unorganized. My mob heads. I've love mob heads. Actually, I have a few. That was one of the data packs that I had in this world was additional mob heads. And then I got real mob heads, and I was like, this kind of diminishes the value of the real mob heads. So I got rid of the data pack, and now these are actually the only... That and the wither skeleton skull and the piglin head and all that and all that. Yeah, I actually have 8 wither skeleton skulls. This is my enchantment area. There's a little secret. Little secret. This goes to nowhere. Netherite. Netherrack. So this is my mine shaft, and this is the hospital. And it actually is a connection to the big old black building that you see upstairs next to my house. You can probably guess what it is. That's hold on. That's Dewfurt. This is my zombie doctor, villager zombie conversion center, where I traded and started my Emerald Empire. That's actually one of my ideas, is to build an actual Emerald Empire. Anyway, this is my villager breeder. Up next on the tour, the villager breeder. Very spacious inside, as you can see. The acoustics in here are great. Villagers, nothing really too interesting. At night, I get rid of their bed, and I put it here, and they just get up and they walk and they lay down in their bed, and I plop them in there, and it's surprisingly efficient. So those are those are like the first buildings. These three, that's a perfect picture actually. These are kind of the first three things that I built in the world after settling here. And then you got some croppage, a well, little copper golem. He used to work for me, but he got coppered. So this is my sugarcane farm. And it makes sugarcane. Wow. And then you come down here. This is like my little dock area. I want to have boats, and I want it to be, I want to build a pier. That's kind of what I'm going for. This, I'm not sure which I should show you first. The dock or the, oh, poopy. This is, so my world is called Applebee's. That's the name of the Minecraft world that I'm currently playing on, and this was supposed to be Applebee's. I say supposed to be because I don't really like the look of it as an Applebee's. And it's kind of, the whole building is kind of debative for me. I've thought about tearing it down multiple times. Why is that going? But I end up keeping my super smelter down here. You got some lava, glow, Mary. Oh yeah, sponge. I got a lot of different stuff I could show you. And that's why I'm going to. That's what episode 2 is all about, baby. Yeah, super smelter is really not, it's not that interesting. I plan on giving it an interior one day. Coming up next is, this is my librarian. These are where all my librarians are. And I give them semi-free will. They must live in here. And that's about all the freedom I give them. But they're not bad. This is Top Shelf. He's actually one of the worst villagers. Pokey is my Thorns villager. Sharpness V, he's Buford. Top Shelf, Top Shelf. They all live down here. And that's pretty much how I've gotten as good as gear as I have, is because of these guys. So without these guys, I don't think I'd be as powerful. So I gave them their own special little building down by the dock. Speaking of which, this is the dock, or is supposed to be. This is more of like a walkout pier. The dock is down there. I plan on expanding over here and building some, you know, something to fill this area so you actually have something to look at. You come out here, you look at the water. Yeah, it's nice. It's relaxing sometimes, if you're into that sort of thing. And you come down here. This is my dock. That I plan on setting up, oh, what the hell? Fishermen. I want to have fisherman houses. So I'm going to make that come out. That's just one of the projects I'm working on here. This is my... Oh, God. I don't know what's going on. This is, Dookie. I don't know what they're doing. I'll leave you to it. Hallelujah. Pretty rad, pretty rad. It's not really all too special, I guess. It's just a dock. But it's my dock, and that's why I love it. And I plan on filling out this area somehow. If there's any part of the tour that I end up forgetting about, I'll probably just go back and re-record a little mini snippet. Oh yeah, this is I kind of my okay, so my area is kind of built in levels. At least that's the way I've made it. So my original plan was to have two big stretching towers. And no has no relation to anything that happened in 2001. But it's just always a thing I've done in my Minecraft worlds. I'll have a giant tower going from max build height to bedrock. And they're originally going to go right here. I say originally because I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I've kind of built other stuff in the process of me thinking about how I want to go about it. And the more I kind of think about it, the less I want to build two gigantic stretching towers because I feel like it would take away from the windmill and it would kind of block out the view of the cool mob spawner when it's actually done. Just certain stuff like that. So, these don't do anything. These don't go anywhere. They're actually kind of a nuisance. They spawn mobs. And that's kind of why my land is so extended outward so unnaturally. Is because that was my original plan. And when I did that, I couldn't really undo it. So I was like, well, this is how it is. This is my bridge. It connects these two land masses because they were technically two. They were technically they were technically connected before I disconnected them, but they're still kind of connected. I dug a little shallow thing of water. That's about it. Okay. Let me show you what's at the end of this tunnel. Oh yeah, that's my bridge. We'll get around to that. That's kind of not done either. And this is just a little overview of we are now exiting primary compound. Little good thumbnail material, right? Okay. I don't know how I'm gonna edit these up. I don't know if I'm gonna cut shit out. I don't know if it's gonna be raw. We're just gonna do it, and I'm just gonna find out. So, yeah, dug all this out. And this is a much more active part of my world. This is where the most life is. This is my horse testing jump ability thingamajiggery. We take the lead of... This is so far my favorite horse. In 2 blocks, 3 blocks. I'm pretty sure he can go up to 4. He can't do 5. But 5.5 is the max height a horse can be breedable. Can be breedably jumped or jumped. Jump ability can be breeded. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I think if you play Minecraft, you'll get what I'm trying to say. This is the stable. These are the stables, I guess. I got Sporus, the horse, the zombie horse. And you got Grors. Growors. I don't know what I was thinking. Pigs, cows. I want to get all variants. I only have the hot and regular variants right now. I need to get the cold temperature pigs and cows. I have every color of wool. I just have to organize them. These are this is my uh carrot and potato farmers, and that might be a little confusing considering the fact I surrounded the carrot and potato house in wheat. But that's just how my mind works, and I kind of favor lookability over functionality sometimes. But I know these guys, yeah, they're potato and carrot farmers. This is Cletus, Bartholomew, and Crop, and I have another House of Villagers we'll be coming up on very soon. Uh, yeah, coming out the other side of the villager house. This is my like little mini auto crop farmage. Let me show you here. Get a little bit of, put some bone meal in both of these. You've probably seen this before. Get a piece of potato, and then I made it. There's usually a button, but I made it to where you just walk on a pressure plate, and you're supposed to get a bunch of potatoes. You know, when it works properly, and I have enough bone meal, but I mean it's pretty efficient. Not for the amount I get, but if I just need like some quick emeralds to trade, it's pretty handy. So I built a little house for it. But yeah, if I'm really trading with villagers, I'm just gonna harvest all of this. This is my auto cactus farm. Don't really have a building for it. You know, I don't know why I'm explaining this shit. It's all pretty self-explanatory. Farmage, melonage, pumpkinage, pumpkinage. I'm terraforming this giant area, because when you look at it from over there, you get a view of all the crops. And I kind of almost regret building the windmill over there. What the fuck? It's a midget. I almost regret building the windmill over there because it makes me want to build another one over here. Because it just feels like it makes a little more sense being surrounded by a bunch of crops instead of the little, foliage I got going on over there. Plan on doing something with this area. Yeah, and again, it's just a lot of my world is in progress. Like, I'm not done with it. Oh yeah, I need to show you that over there. I don't plan on being done with it for a long time. I plan on this being my forever world. Yeah, that big old buzzword that everyone's using for their Minecraft world. IBX Toycat likes to call the long-term world. I kind of like that. And that's what I want to make this. I want this to be my long-term world. Because, truthfully, I'm tired of creating a bunch of worlds just to die once and then stop playing. And that's why I don't play on hardcore, because I hate dying and losing a bunch of shit that I work super hard for. Anyway, moving on. This, if you couldn't tell, this is my pumpkin. This is my melon and pumpkin farmer trading hall. This guy. Let's go. It's not done. This is totally not done either. Like, I plan on putting a roof on it and maybe giving it a second story. These are my melon and pumpkin villagers. And they make me lots of money. I made this place specifically because I think these are the most profitable villagers. So I got my melons here, my pumpkins here, and I plan on putting an auto pumpkin and melon farm on this side of the wall, and then just spreading. And I have a really good picture of it, and I just haven't done it. It's just one of the projects I want to do, just haven't gotten around to it is all. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, by the way, because the first quote-unquote introduction video was like 20 minutes, and this might I don't really have a whole lot to show you, like I said in the last episode, but I feel like it's enough to at least. What am I trying to say here? I feel like it's enough to justify, showing it off, because I'm bored and I spend my time playing Minecraft, and I know I'm playing for myself because I think it's fun, but there's also a level of enjoyability and funness by showing off what you've done. And so that's really mainly what I'm doing this for. If anybody who's watching has anything they want to add, really, like any criticism, any hate comment, just leave it down below, and I'll probably see it and respond. So, you got something you don't like, you want to tell me about, let me know. You got something about my world you like, you want to tell me about, let me know. But yeah, this is my gas tower. I plan on building a giant, roamable. Bleh, bleh. I plan on building a giant roamable building for him where he can actually fly around and see the sky and he's not tethered down. Uh yeah. So that's pretty much everything over here. And there's really nothing over there except for that building, which is why it looks so noticeable. But this is all done by hand, the connected landmass. My idea is to have a giant just pathway, just like Rome. Just giant path going that way. I want to have one going that way. And yeah, it'll be cool. And that's kind of what I mean when I say I want to make my world a lot more walkable. Because the amount of distance from this place to this place is kind of annoying. For this being what it is, it's not bad because I think. Let me tell you what it is, first of all. This is my Oakwood farm, or really tree farm. I can plant any tree on top of it that I want. Because I get all my spruce from over there, and I get all my cherry from over there. And as you can tell, I'm in a plain, so I don't really have a specified place to plant trees. So I built this. This is my oak tree farm. And I like the look of it. I specifically Oh, well, I guess I'm gonna call myself a liar, but I specifically tried to use upward facing logs instead of sideways facing logs, but just by looking at yeah, I gave up on that. Uses a bunch, it takes advantage of shelves, campfires. I really only added this section right here because it was looking a little flat and too much like a big box. Yeah, this is Doggle. He is actually my second dog in the world. But I didn't want to tame a dog until I found this specific dog variant because I don't really like the new dog variants. So even though he's the second one, I like to consider him the first one because he's actually the first one I named, and his name is Doggle, and this is Doggle, and I think I might bring him along with me for the rest of the tour. But yeah, it's got two entrances on each side. We'll just go. I'll show you the inside. You'll walk in, and it's very, very overgrown. A lot of vines, as you can see. These are my pretty self-fucking-explanatory, man. Storage for wood. Lights. And I really like the way this place turned out. Because for a big box, you're not really expecting so much greenery, I feel like. And I really think I did a good job. At least, averting your expectations with such a big building, or at least giving it a little bit of character for as boring as a building as it is. You come up here, then you're at the top, and you drop a bunch of trees. And let me show you let me show you what I was talking about when I said this isn't a totally vanilla world. I have the Timber data pack from Vanilla Tweaks. So not only do all of the leaves get rid of, but also, you know, don't gotta chop the whole ass tree. But yeah, I like it because the one level that I raised it makes it perfectly walkable from all sides, and you can still chop all the trees and replant them just fine, and I really like it. Big fan of this place. So I wanna build more stuff over in this region when I have the time as well. I have the time, I just gotta do it, you know? I have all these ideas. Oh yeah, wait, gotta get my dog. Little place for playing music. It's chill. Chillest, might be one of the chillest spots in my world right now. What's up next on the tour? I don't really know. This was kind of the main, is really where I've spent most of my time so far. So that's kind of why this is the most developed part of the world right now. Like, there's really not a lot at spawn. That's the only other place I have to show you. Whoa! Whoa, watch out! You just fucking really have a bunch of blind faith, huh? Alright, let me dig myself out of here. And get my dog to follow me. Shit. Ugh. Dirty. Alright. So the next place up on the list is Spawn. No, actually. I got one little place I can show you before we leave this area. I want to have a bunch of pathways, and I plan on building a giant monument right here of a friend to dedicate, you know, a bunch of stuff to him, and just have him be a big part of my world because he is a big part of my world. And that's kind of the beautiful metaphor of me building the monument when it's actually built. So if you're watching this, man, I'm still gonna build it. I swear. Oh yeah, this is Keith the cat. He is the protector. He's the he makes sure that, you know, I'm the only one that plays on this world, so I know what I'm trying to say. He doesn't really do shit. He just sits there all day and plays Minecraft. Anyway, I like this bridge because it looks better at an angle. It looks better when you're looking at it from over there. And I like it because it's not, as you can tell, it's not just a straight left to right bridge. It has some diagonality, which was kind of hard. It's hard, not really hard, but it's different. And so you just got to make sure you're paying attention to the corners and the blocks you're placing. And if you were paying enough attention, you would know that it's uneven. But I want to make it look so good. You can't tell it's uneven. Excuse me. Wow. Yeah, I already told you, this is where I get all my spruce wood. Not really a whole lot up here. Nothing of note. And this is where I plan... Not this way. If you go the other way. This is where I plan on making the big path walk to spawn. And it's going to be long and windy. And I want to have little setups and things that you can do while you walk across this big... It's only like a few hundred blocks. But I really want to make it like, you know, I want to be able to enjoy my world. Like, I want to be able to walk on this pathway without having any googlies bother me. Because I think that would be fun. And I think that would be cool. Yeah, the path is unfinished. Doesn't go anywhere right now. With that being said, let me grab some rockets. And let me show you Spawn. Because that's what's up next on the tour. And just for the sake of showing off, we'll go through the Nether, because usually I'd fly over there because I like flying more, but we'll go through the Nether. Oh, my dog doesn't die. Yeah, really nothing special. This is the only real pathway I've constructed, and it goes straight to spawn. Ouch. There's nothing else out here. I have plans. I have plans for that area, just not today or not now. Yeah, this is spawn. This is I spawned right on top. Yeah, I spawned with the iron golem farm there and everything. The sugarcane was there, the big beacon was there. I spawned in. It was all like that. No, I wish. But yeah, this is a spawn point. Now, originally, it's laid out a little weird. I need some food. It's laid out a little weird because there used to be a secondary little building in the corner of it, and that was my first night hut. And I ended up getting rid of it because it really wasn't doing me any good. So now let's see if I type slash trigger spawn, and that's one of the data packs I have added on, and it is super fucking handy. Don't at me. Yeah, so this is the spawn block. This is where you spawn. And I originally built the iron farm here because it was within the spawn chunk. However, one of Minecraft's recent updates made it to where spawn chunks don't, like, they're not really a thing anymore. So, like, usually, or how it used to be, anything that was within a spawn chunk would be constantly loaded in. Whether that be pets, or villagers, or crops, or anything. And that's why I built this here. I built this here before learning that information, so it does work, it does make iron, but every once in a while, I gotta come down here, and I gotta throw an ender pearl down there to keep it loaded. This is my little bed. I'll sleep while I'm here. And you go to sleep, and it starts back up. And this is the first fish I ever caught. He's the first one. I got two other animals. I don't like the dog variants, though. This is Mitz. He's actually the first cat that I tamed. So he sits in the iron farm. Come over here. Poppy field. Every single iron golem killed is a poppy. Built like 2 days ago. This is my map I was working on. That's why my elytra was so beaten up in the last episode. That's where we just were. And where we're at now is down there. I spawned on this little island. And I connected these two landmasses. And I imagine when I first spawned, I had to go up and around and travel the coast. Because I remember making it to this little island before actually hitting the giant plains field. So that's a little interesting, if you ask me. Alright, we're coming up on the end of the tour now. Coming over here. This is the most recent thing I've built in this world, and I really like it because my favorite color is orange, if you couldn't tell. This is my, this is my House of Narcissism. See why I call it that in a second. Has my Minecraft character's face on it. Yeah. This is the me house. This is the mix shed. It's brand new. It takes full advantage of the new shelving. I just think it looks so cool. This is my quarry with my beacon. You know what a quarry looks like. Everyone does one in there. Everyone has one. I plan on beating the Wither a few more times and getting another beacon. But yeah, that's just one of the plans. Come inside. See my face. Yeah, Yeah, you know, you got your essentials. You got your smoker, furnace, stone cottage, brewage, cartographerage. Yeah. This room is undecorated, but it mainly serves as a bedroom and my wood storage, which is also yet to be completed. The only things I am missing is mangrove, which you saw in the beginning of the tour I do have. I just gotta bring it over here. And crimson wood. And I know where some is. Again, just gotta get some. Bring it back here. So, yeah. Pretty proud. Not very proud, but I like what I've done with the place. This is my storage for blocks. Not exciting. And again, just like a lot of the things in my world, there's a lot still yet to be done. And even though the buildings that I have built already are there, I still feel like there's more that can be added on to them to make them even just a little bit better. And if you liked anything you saw today, or if you like the sound of my voice, or if you just need some new up-and-coming YouTuber to put in the background while you do other shit, you know, why not subscribe? If you liked what you see, why not leave a like? If you got anything you want to tell me, anything you hate, anything you love, anything you liked, anything you didn't, let me know. You know, leave a comment, and I'll most likely see it, man. This is a very, we're not a very big family yet, so. If you liked what you see, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you never.